everybody, welcome back to my channel. And if you notice, I changed my name of my channel to Kiara Soulology. So it's kind of like, like biology, Kiara Soulology. So anyway, today we have a special guest on doing a little interview with us discussing gamer carpal tunnel, which is something that a lot of gamers suffer from because of the repetitive movement. And I will let you introduce yourself because I don't know if we're using your name or your gamer's name, or what name are we using for you?
Probably the name you gave me.
Okay. But Raj. Okay, so you have this video is going to be about the physical aspects of what a person should do if they're going to be doing repetitive motion. And that could be anything. You could be a carpenter, you could be a surgeon, you can be a massage therapist, you could be any type of person. I said carpenter, secretary, I don't know.
Because you're at a computer all the time.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes it so that you're resting on your wrist for multiple hours of a day, and it's demanding. Even though they don't think you're like pulling any weight, you're not like a mover where you're like tugging.
You're not meeting resistance.
Yeah, it's something that people don't really realize because it's something unconscious after a while. Okay,
so younger people, because us old folk like me, we kind of remember being young and not having. I mean, when I rode my bike, I never complained of repetitive motions of riding my bike all day. No. Did you like?
Because you get exhausted.
Yeah, I got exhausted. I had to sit down, rest, get off the bike.
And like those type of things when you aren't unconscious when you're doing them, you're
conscious when you're tired, and then you say, okay, I'm done riding for a while.
But it takes much more to be exhausted from those type of activities, such as video games and computer type related activities.
Well, if you're at your desk for 8 hours a day, excusing your 15-minute break here and there, your employer is expecting you to be working the whole time.
It's demanded of you.
Yeah, it's demanded of you. And then when you're playing your game, I feel like you're probably just not paying attention to the time, and you're just going game.
For most people, at least, it's especially like something they are most likely unaware of, because video games are very like low access, something that they get into when they're very young, or when they're at an age where they aren't caring about their like body very much. They're not like doing stretches every single day before going to school or anything like that. It's just a hop into type of thing.
Well, now that there's YouTube, though, do you think that younger players, people who are just getting into the game now, are going to be looking at the older players and basically looking for this kind of information, or how to maintain themselves? I mean, do they have the vocabulary to kind of understand that they need to do that?
I don't think so. Not the people that are coming into the communities. Like, they aren't immediately realizing how much goes into the type of career that they're just kind of experiencing.
It's a hobby for a lot of people too. So you think of yourself as self-aware in terms of this entire maintenance, how to maintain yourself so that you can play without comfort and ease and not have the carpal tunnel?
To an extent, there are some like at SmashCon.
Okay.
We had an entire panel dedicated to hand health and stuff like that.
Hand health?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had an actual doctor come in and give us a presentation on how to kind of
and what
deal
kind
with
of things did he talk about doing?
She pointed out like different types of stretches to take part in and stuff like that.
How often? Like, you're playing for an hour, 15 minutes, break, stretch? I mean, how often are you supposed to do that?
Probably like every session or after one.
Okay.
You should do it before and after, maybe. it depends on the body too and how long you're actually dedicating, but
I want to come back and I want to show people some of the things. So
we were just talking about like different parts of the hand that are most used when using GameCube controllers in the case of Smash Brothers. Or
simulate just moving your game thing a little bit.
So like you took some footage earlier, but usually it's a lot of hand movements regarding the thumb area.
Right. And so
then you also are in an idle state with your hand itself.
Idle, yeah. Like
and
this.
You're holding the controller, and you're kind of like forming the shape of the controller over long periods of time. So that goes into the whole repetitive movements along with how the thumb correlates to the type of things we're trying to do. And this is something that happens with all controllers, like of all consoles, like Sony being like PlayStation, Xbox, Microsoft, even some emulator controllers or even keyboards.
Okay.
Kind of assuming the shape of whatever you're dealing with.
Now, this type of energy work, I have a particular protocol, okay? And I allow whoever I'm working on to tell me their story, okay? Because some people, they want to tell you their story. So you give me all this information and show me how you're using your hands, and I'm taking it all in. Now, as a reflexologist, I do a lot of assessing what's going on with the hand, and I mean I can feel that this muscle right here is really built up.
Yeah, it's something that
it's like you've been weightlifting or something, because this is all built up. It's all, and this here, everything's loose, But regardless of that,
my hands are in like a better state than most people, I'd say.
Yeah, well, you're my kid. I would be failing you if you were all jacked up. So what I normally do whenever you're having some sort of issues, first thing I do is I do
greeting.
The greeting. I use two different modalities together. Okay, so the protocol for what you're experiencing is the neck set in BioTouch. There's a group of points
that correlate to the hands.
Yes, it correlates to the neck, the shoulder, and these extremities. Okay, so
as it stems from the spinal cord.
Yes, so the cervical vertebra here.
All the nerves and like stimuli are in that area.
Yes.
So without that, it's no connection.
Right. So I use my wand and also crystals to balance that out. Because the greeting for BioTouch is under the shirt, so I would have to go under the shirt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a lot of times I do those greeting points and then I do it with the wand as well. Okay, so I greet those points. And, it's longer. I'm kind of speeding it up for the sake of the video. And then the neck set, the first 2 points are right here.
I hear you counting. Is that part of the
process? You hold it for 7 seconds. This is in the BioTouch protocol for the neck set. I basically noticed things about your posture that gave me a clue that you needed the neck set. So like 2013, 2014, when you were younger, okay, and you
hunch.
Yeah, you used to hunch, and so I would verbally correct you and say, your posture, and then I would take my hand.
What's my posture like now?
I don't have it. It's normal. You're not hunched over. You're not doing anything that will cause you to have problems later. You have corrective posture. Okay. So, but when you were younger and you'll walk by, or I'll walk by you and I'll see you hunched over, I would, kind of rub that spot and kind of bring attention to it and tell you, oh, you loosen up here, loosen up, or something like that. And then maybe the other thing that I would do to you is the headset. Now the headset, another group of points in reference to BioTouch, and I would do those points with my wand and my 2 fingers. So the headset promotes self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so over time that I've been your mom as
It'd be more self-sustaining.
Yes.
So you don't need external help anymore.
Right.
Or
So
not to the degree that you needed previously.
right. I haven't told you posture, and I can't remember the last time I corrected you and said, Raj, your posture sucks. I didn't say
The
that.
worst and best part is that because I'm more aware, I can't even credit you properly because I think it's all me.
And you know what? That happens to pretty much any and everybody I work on.
Yeah, I've been hearing that.
So this is another reason why I'm making these videos, okay? And also, I'm making these videos and I'm asking people to create journals. So, say for example, today is your first day of course, a workshop with me, and you found out about this video because we basically had class together, a workshop together where I taught these points to you, and then you practiced these points, and now you're going home, and I want people to create a little journal, okay, of how they feel prior and post doing that. So when I'm doing it with the wand, it's a little looser than it is when I'm doing it
Exclusively with your hands.
Yes. And then the other reason why I use the wand is because a lot of these times when I see people, I may not see them ever again. So basically, I'm using my technique, okay, which is a combination of crystals and the 0 point energy wand and points. So I may actually use reflex points. I may use BioTouch points. It's a combination of different points, and that's what makes up my style.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is totally different than anybody else's style.
Separates you from the rest.
Mm-hmm. And keeps you playing games.
Right.
I really appreciate you coming on and discussing briefly these things.
Ailments, like.
Yeah, because you're opening up your community to what you've been experiencing your entire gamer career. You're giving it's a bridge for me to help them or teach them how to help themselves, and embark on a whole nother independence.
And like self-care.
Self-care, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate that, Raj. High five.
This is a
That's
fist bump
a
session.
fist
That's a fist bump. Well, he's my kid. I can mess that up. He forgives me.